Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Natasha Bray. I'm the founder of the School of Healing Mastery, and that is my training school where we teach other coaches, therapists, and healers the amazing method, heart healing, and how to get deeper, faster, safer results with their clients. And I'm here today with the amazing Andrea Corbett. Andrea is a fantastic business strategist, and she also is trained in heart healing. So she's a heart healing practitioner, and she's been integrating heart healing into her business services for entrepreneurs over the last 12 to 18 months or so. I'm just going to hand you over to Andrea now to tell you a bit about the amazing work that she's been doing. Over to you, Andrea.
Hi, Natasha. Thank you very much for having me. So my journey, even as a business strategist, first started. I was first the heart healing practitioner,
Mm.
and where do you want me to start? Because you need to stop
Oh,
me because I could go on.
yeah. Tell everyone a bit about what you do, first of all, so about your business and who you help.
Yeah, okay. So my business, as you mentioned, I'm a business strategist and a heart healing practitioner. And I have a framework which I call the Build, Heal, and Grow framework, where I help entrepreneurs or support entrepreneurs to heal from their past emotional experiences so that they can then go on to build a thriving business and grow a positive mindset. Because I was
Mm.
finding, likewise myself, that starting a business is hard enough in itself. And if you don't have the support, it's even harder if you don't have a strategy. But more so, if you are not healed as the individual, the person, then you're working from your inner child, as I like to say. And if you're operating from an inner child that hasn't been reparented, then that has a negative effect on your business and your mind.
Mm.
And so I've been able to bring it all together now and support entrepreneurs. And I say it's not just a professional work. Professionally, we're doing it for your professional purposes. We're first and foremost doing it for personal reasons. So it's
Yeah.
a personal and professional. You're flourishing in both areas of your life. And so you're hitting all the corners, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we heal ourselves, everything is impacted by that, isn't it? Our relationships, our businesses, careers. If you're still in career, it has that multi-ripple effect on everything in our lives.
Exactly.
Amazing. What actually drew you to becoming a heart healing practitioner in the first place?
Well, I had been following you for a while, like so, and I love the work that you're doing, not even done, you're doing. And at the time of being a heart healer, the prerequisite was that you had to be a hypnotherapist. And I always used to see your posts. I'm like, "Oh, I would love to do that work, but I'm not a hypnotherapist." And then
Yeah.
there was one that it was back in 20 at the end of 2021, I believe it was. And you made an announcement that you was partnering up with someone else that you could become a hypnotherapist and do the heart healing practitioner qualification. And I jumped at that chance. And not only that I had been following you, I also had the year before done the UUA, so the Ultimate Uplevel Academy as well. So I have experienced your work via the UUA and I know how powerful it is. And it's like, I would like to be able to deliver that service for people as well. And lo and behold, it was like a dream come true. I'm not even joking. That when I
Yeah.
saw the advertise, I said, somehow, I need to get onto this program. And it was because of, yeah, I know the impact that it had on my own life, that why I wanted to become. And but the impact that it had, I didn't know what was to come when I did become, like during the heart healing practitioner journey. So
Yes. Yeah, we'll get on to that next
yeah,
because
I'm
like
trying
the
to do that.
Yeah, no, I love your energy. I can feel that. And then you're like this when every time I see you, you're always full of this really amazing positive energy. It's fab. So yes, you did used to have a hypnotherapy prerequisite, but since we become an independent method, that's not needed anymore. But for you, it was that doorway of, oh yes, I can finally do this now.
Yeah.
And in the heart healing certification, we take you on the personal healing journey, of course. And you're not new to healing. You've worked with me before with healing, and you've done many other things. But you go on that personal healing journey as well as learning the methods, and it's combined with some business masterminding as well. Tell us about your personal journey, first of all, of healing all the different heart wounds, what we call receiving wounds, because they stop us from receiving all the good things that we want in our lives. Tell us a bit about that first of all.
Now you're letting me go. All right, so
Go for it, go for
go for it
it.
now. All right, so well, my buddy, and I have to mention Ishbel, like it was amazing. And I have to say, I love the way that we do get to a buddy. The buddying system is amazing. And it means that you get to work with the same person throughout the whole process, which for me, which I find hard to kind of like connect with people. Like it was great. And so to be able to connect with Ishbel and create that bond with her, which we still have to today. So anyway, on to what has happened. So I I know who my dad is, and so but our relationship has been over the years has been on and off, mostly off than on. And one of the sessions that we had, unfortunately I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been like the love wound. I think that's the one we done earlier on in the stage. It was one of the first ones that we do, and I was like, and I was working with, I had a friend and we used to pull cards as well. And a card came up and I had a session with Ishbel, and it was just, I was just hearing this voice in my head, just call your dad. And because in the sessions that we were having, he came up in the chair. He was the person that was sitting in the chair for me.
Mm,
And I called him, and I no word of a lie. The conversation was, "You're right, yeah. What are you doing on Saturday?" And I think, "All right, I'm gonna come see you." That was it, and this is March 2022, and
mm,
the end of March, because I remember it was when I did meet him. It was myself and my niece that went to meet him, and it was her birthday a couple of weeks after, which is in April. And so my point of saying all this is that because since that day our relationship has gone from strength to strength to strength. Like I have keys to his house. He phones me every Wednesday. I see
mm,
him most weekends. I'm insured in his car. I've gone back to like my inner child is like I'm daddy's little girl again. I'm not even again. I am daddy's little girl. Like I've got
yeah,
my in 2022. I got my first birthday card from him as well. It was been an amazing journey, and even it's still happening last year. My mum and him, we was all in the same room, and I said, they said, what do I want for my birthday? I said, oh, can we all go out? Thinking that they're both going to say no, no, no. And they said, both said yes.
wow,
And
wow.
then it didn't happen because where I wanted to go was closed. But on my birthday, we all came together still. And I've got some amazing pictures of my mum and dad laughing, all of us having a picture together. So it's only been like waited 40 something, 47 years to have this taken.
Wow.
It happened. It happened. I have evidence of me, my mum, and my dad in a photograph together. But I always say I put it down to heart healing. I think UUA Ultimate Uplevel Academy started the journey because it was basically I was journaling the things that I would say to my dad, and
Mm,
heart healing I was able to actually say those things to my dad.
yeah, yeah.
So
I,
that
I
journey,
remember you saying that you'd had this card and like how much that relationship had changed, and we were all so happy for you in the group
yeah.
as well. And so that was just from one heart healing session, this whole journey with reconnecting and healing that relationship with your dad,
Mm.
stronger than it's ever been all your life. That is just priceless, isn't it?
Yeah, and not even just my dad, my mum as well. I'm a like we said at the beginning. It works on the person, so it's worked on me, and it's had a ripple effect. So I've changed as a person for the in the positive direction. So my mum sees that. So the way how she approaches me is different. How I'm able to vocalize what I want to say to her is different. But my son, our relationship was a bit on a rocky period during that time when I first started. But how we are now is amazing. We're just like two flatmates really, but it is lovely. We have that rapport with each other, the banter, the love. I can't remember a time where I got angry at him, and even I wanted to, it would just end in us both laughing at each other because it's
Oh,
just
how old is your son now?
he's 27 this year.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
But
You've healed back and down. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And I'm now able to see how my niece, how like talk to my brother about how to communicate with my niece because we're very similar and how when I was younger and how she is now. And so it's given me a great insight into um childhood trauma, inner child, and how inner child needs to be, loved and parented
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. Sorry, my Zoom just went there. Yeah, so it's really giving us such a broad insight into the different receiving wounds as well and how that affects you in different areas of your life.
And
Um,
how do you feel about yourself since doing this deeper healing work?
Natasha, how do I feel about myself? Every day I'm improving. Every day I'm just feeling myself even more. I'm becoming the woman, the higher self, the higher self that I would see in my sessions. I now believe that I am her. And every day I'm becoming her even more and more and more. Like the things that I'm doing, the way I'm able to help people, the way I'm able to communicate how, just how I look and how I see life now is just amazing.
I love that. Amazing. I'm sure you could go on for hours
I
telling.
could, I'm trying to keep trying to stop myself. I'm like, okay, full stop.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, tell us a little bit about what it was like doing the training then. I know you're a course junkie, also a fellow manifesting generator, and you've done loads and loads and loads of courses and trainings and healings. And tell me a little bit about your experience of the certification itself.
This experience with the certification itself has been amazing because it was I was going into an unknown territory, like
Mm,
healing. And let's be honest as well, like there's very few people that look like me, especially in the UK as well, as being a healer. And I'm like, who am I to be a healer? And the qualification in suggests that you have to have like obviously practice material and practice with real people as well. And I went above and beyond to do that practice because I really wanted to get it right. And one thing I loved about the practice, the course is that when I went for my level one, I didn't actually pass the first time. And
mm,
and I say that with pride because it meant that, wow, okay, they're really looking into what we're doing here. Like it's not just a tick box activity, or you've handed in your work and you just go. No,
mm,
they really, when I say scrutinize it in the best possible way to make sure that all the practitioners come out as they should, because this is a
mm.
serious piece of work that we're doing. And the
Yeah.
bit I felt that I didn't pass on, now that's my favorite part, People always wonder, how are you sitting down writing what I'm saying on the call? And how are you getting out? I remember saying that to you. How did you remember? And that is what I was able to perfect. And I love that part because, as a manifesting generator, we skip, we can skip things. Yeah. And so if I had to skip it, I would, but there was no skipping anything here. So the training, and the portal that we have, the trainers, the external trainers that we have coming in, the work that is step by step. Okay, we've done this part. I know which part I need to go on to next. It's so easy to follow. And even when I go back into the portal, I know exactly where I need to go because you've got the checklist. Everything is all there for you. And for me, as you say, it could be in a course junking, going, being everywhere. It kept me, all eyes was on heart healing. And it really kept my focus, which is very hard to do sometimes when I'm doing courses. But this one was spot on. And being able to meet and talk with other practitioners in the group as well, you always felt like you had like I say a sisterhood because it was all women in there, so like you had a sisterhood in there because everyone, and even though we're all doing the same qualification, was all able to help each other because we're all doing something different, we're all putting our own spin on it as well. So that's
Yeah.
one thing I loved about it. And it was a safe, non-judgmental environment where I could talk about the things that were coming up for me and my dad, and private things. And so I felt called to come in there, and I knew that that's a place that I could come in and talk to
Yeah.
people who understood.
Yeah, I'm glad you feel that way because it is, yeah, it's meant to be more of a mastermind and close connection type feel. And we have a very big value and emphasis on safe practice because we are going into people's minds and hearts and traumas and wounds. And I think there does need to be a certain level of safety there. Um, which, yes, you passed that with flying colors afterwards, of course, and have gone from strength to strength ever since. Um, if you were to pick a favorite part of the certification, what do you think that would be?
I think it was actually having the experience myself.
Mm,
I love that because most courses you're getting taught how to help others, but with this, we're getting taught how to help ourselves first and foremost.
Yeah.
I think that for me was very powerful, as I spoke about my dad, but that was for me was very powerful because it's like not only do you get a qualification, you also get healing as well. Like it's a
Yeah.
win, yeah, win-win situation here.
And I think, that the key bit of that is obviously we all have our layers of healing to do, but it makes us better healers and practitioners when we have our own healing journeys, because that gives us our own unique wisdom as well that we bring to our work. And it's really important in terms of selling something. You need to believe in it and know that you can get results with it. And there's that authentic piece around having your own personal journey when you're selling it and helping others with that method.
Definitely. And even on that note, I don't feel like I sell heart healing, to be fair. People, I say, what do you do? Oh, I'm a heart healer. Now that automatically opens up the can of worms that
What is that?
what is that? So, like I've never heard of. Yeah, it's very unique. There's only, a certain amount of us in the world. And I've got a foundation degree in healing hearts. That is my go-to. But I talk about my own lived experience with heart healing and how it has genuinely changed my life and the relationship with my dad. So people are more intrigued because of they can see the authenticity that's coming from me and how I'm talking about how it's helped me. I don't even have to necessarily talk about how it's helped some of my clients because it's helped me so much. I
Yeah.
am the walking testimony for what heart healing can do. And so that for me is my selling point, is talking
Yeah.
about my journey.
Yeah. I always say that we have to be our own best testimonials in business, and sounds like you've definitely got that nailed. Speaking of your client results, can you share a little bit about how heart healing has helped your clients?
Well, if I had money for every time someone came out at the end of the session and said, wow, what's just happened? I
Yeah.
would not need to, I'll be fine for the rest of my
It's,
life.
I've got to add something funny there. Usually I work online, and I always have done most of my work online. And then I delivered it at an event once, and everyone was just staring at me shell shocked afterwards. And it was surprising because I don't normally, when I deliver webinars, I'm not seeing everyone's responses, and they were just all like that, like shell shocked. Wow, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. No, and I've got one as well because I did my first in-person taste session a few months, like just before in November, anyway. And I had someone in there and she's like, I'm just coming because my daughter said it was at an event and her daughter was there. She said, I'm just coming because my daughter said advised me to come here because because of you. And I said, thank you. And she said, not really into all this stuff, but I'm here. Well, she and her sister were the last two people in the room. As she was explaining what happened, and then she just burst into tears. But it wasn't it was tears of like the release.
Yeah.
She was like, "Wow, like I didn't think it would actually work, but something clearly has worked." And that's not even from clients. That's just from people like participating in taster sessions.
Yeah.
Clients, we go through sessions and even just the other day, so I started a session with someone in November, and every week I can tell you she's voice noted me saying she's going to write me a review. So it's not that I'm speaking anybody's private affairs. Like she was unemployed, really not in the greatest of spaces. Now she's been offered a civil servant job. She's going to be managing a retail store. Like we've been able to unpack certain things that have been hindering her and blocking her,
Yeah.
and she attests that to the work that we've done together. And so, it's been amazing. I'm part of, me, my course junkie self, done another kind of courses, but I've had someone from that same course come over and said, no, I actually want heart healing because she sees it as more powerful, and the work that we've done with her, with them, it's like I don't cry, or people are so, and I tell people, please don't come into it. And I don't tell them what wound we're going to work on because
Yeah.
then they have preconceived ideas. And it's just so powerful that, Andrew, what's happening? This is happening now. It's that delayed reaction. And then they realize, oh yeah, I had a session. And then after the session, X has happened and this has happened. And so yeah, so we've had people getting jobs. We've had people like even husbands noticing that that things are happening. Like, what's happened? Something's different about you.
You've done to my wife.
Yeah, like something's different. Yeah, I've had a heart healing session. Yeah, continue doing that. And had someone else who's had sessions, and then straight after the session, they wasn't putting out offers. Straight after the session, said, okay, I'm going to do this. They put out an offer, and then they had an influx of people buying their services. And so
Yeah.
it's making people money, it's giving people jobs, it's building families like it's built mine. And so the business that I'm now working with people and entrepreneurs in their business, I can't wait to see the businesses that flourish from the work that I'm going to be doing as well. So
Wow,
it's
you're doing such good work, and I'm just so grateful that you followed that inner calling, that intuition that was saying go and sign up, even though you were, weary of it first of all, or worried about doing it.
is this
Yeah.
really going to like is this really going to work? Can I really do this? And prior to that, obviously, my limiting beliefs were that who am I to do this? And it was a bit of a slow start because I still had to work on, even though I worked on my personal, which was perfect, I then had to look into my professional way of
Yeah.
working. This was
How to
something
integrate it.
coming from I'm a teacher, coming from teaching, this is something totally different. And not having a role model, whether it be some people say, yeah, my family, my aunt or my mum was a healer, and I don't have any of that. So
Mhm.
I didn't know how to, or what I was supposed to do.
You're the pioneer. You're the
Yes,
pioneer.
I
The
am the changer. I
yeah,
am the
change
leader,
maker.
the
Yeah.
change maker. Yeah, I
Yeah.
am the change I want to see. And I always say, I am, for my clients, I am the support, the coach, the healer, the strategist that I would have wanted when I was starting out, and when when I was starting my business. And so I want to be that person for other people.
I love that. Amazing. Thank you for sharing. If anyone is watching this thinking they want to find out more and potentially join Heart Healing, what would you say to them?
Do it. Like I said, it's not just it's like basically how I work, the personal and professional.
Mm.
And the people that you can help as well, the ripple effect it has on your own life, and then the impact that you can make for other people is amazing. And we have to get to the 10 million hearts, that mission, the heart healing mission. So, we need more people to get that mission complete.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Then
you.
they won't regret it. And then like the support, the team are lovely. Kirsty's amazing, and like all of them. I don't want to just point out Kirsty, but I know there's other people in the team as well. But yeah, just being able to contact just the customer service type effect is great as well. So the whole the whole running of it. I'm not just saying that.
I think
That's
you need to start doing our marketing for us.
do you know what? For me, as you mentioned, being a course junkie, obviously, I can critique a lot of courses, and this is one that, and may I add that you can go out and work straight away because of the practice that we had to do for it. You can just pick after level one. You can just pick it up and go. And I
Yeah.
thought that's one thing
Yeah.
I loved as well.
Yeah.
We are having the practice as we're going along. And so
Yeah.
once you're finished and certified, you could just go out there and start making money.
Yeah, that was important to me that people didn't have to wait so long. So after 3 months, actually, as long as you pass your assessment, you're able to get out there and start selling it. But there is more, obviously more. It's
Oh
long
yeah,
3 months to
yeah.
continue to master and deepen your skills and your gifts in that method. Thank you for sharing all of that. And if anyone wants to find out more about you, which I'm sure they will, where can they find you, Andrea?
Um, Mostly hang out on Instagram. So I am Andrea Corbett _, and my website is Andrea Corbett. And if you do Google me and you see me doing the double biceps, or you see me in a bikini, I was my fun fact I'll leave with. I am a former British champion bodybuilder. So it is.
A woman of many talents. I think you're the first bodybuilder healer that I have ever met.
There you go.
Another
I'm
first.
confused
Another
actually.
first.
So yeah,
Amazing.
don't get confused. It is really me. So yeah, you
Wow.
just find me by my name, Andrea Corbett. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Andrea. And if anyone is watching this, and yes, go and follow Andrea, go and see the amazing work that she's doing. And if you're interested in heart healing, we do 2 cohorts per year, March and September. So get in touch and I can share more information about that for you. Thank you for being here, Andrea. It's been lovely chatting to you.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye.